What's up, everybody? Week 4 of documenting the journey from unprofitable down 3K to 100K to becoming a profitable trader. So, how has my week gone, and what things am I going to do this week? What things I'm doing now to achieve profitability? So, this week I've been a little hectic, a lot of university tasks. I got injured on my lower back, so it's another thing I have to deal with, but it's part of it. So this week, I've been, this is the 4th week, and I've been learning a lot on theory, right? And I really want to start doing the practical side of trading. I want to trade with this new system, and I want to really fail. I want to fail. I want to get reps in, get used to the platform, and kind of develop a system, right? A repeatable trading system. That, by the way, that is a trading one of my goals I have. That, and by the way, I have my goals right under this mat, so I can quickly watch my see this year's goals. Okay, so that's one of my goals: develop a repeatable trading system, something repeatable, something that it can be done without thinking. Okay, so this week, as I said, I took the decision that I'm going to start next week Monday trading. I'm not gonna say live. I bought a Apteros account, which at first is simulated, and eventually, if you reach the milestone, you will get access a real account. This is the picture of the account. It cost $500, and again, maybe I'm too aggressive because I made that investment and I still don't really know the system completely. But again, I just want to start trading, the practical side. I get bored learning so much theory. I want to execute. Okay, another thing I'm going to be doing is, for example, there is an Excel sheet with, I'm going to show you. There is this Excel sheet, and on this Excel sheet, there are all the trades taken on February, at least this month, of the traders that are inside the prop firm. And what I want to do is, again, there's a little link that you can click, and you can see here. Let me move this. You can see here the narrative and what they were seeing. So what I want to do is click each trade, each individual trade that every person has taken, and I want to, again, create that practice, create that repetition. As I've said, I want to really master the narrative. And also, if I want to document the journey, if I want to teach people how to read the narrative and how to become a profitable trader, I need to be a professional doing that. Okay, so that's something I'm going to do. Another thing, I put this post-it, ask doubts. I think that something very important, and I learned this when I was working on the restaurant, is to be intense. Being intense is not bad. It's not negative. Being intense is actually positive. Obviously, intense is in the positive way. But I'm that kid where I'm going to ask a lot of questions. I want to review. I want to know the why. I like to get deep in things. I want to really understand it. So this week I put as priority to ask a lot of doubts to my mentors. So yes, that's what I'm doing. Again, I want to post content on trading, but I want to first know really how to trade, so you guys are not misinformed, you know. So this week's approach will be, my approach is like, okay, it's time to start clicking buttons, start trading. Another thing I did was that I configured my task bar. I put the things I'm going to be using. You can see here my journal, the Google Sheets, the Apteros tryout, news, and my Instagram account, which I want to post pre-markets on my Instagram, make it easier if I have my Instagram on the computer. And I want to show everybody here the Google Drive, sorry, the Google Sheet I created. So let me see, let me put this full screen. And I created this Google Sheet, and as you can see, it's one trade. This one trade was simulated paper trading on Sim 101 of Ninja Trader, so it doesn't count, but I marked it because it's part of the it's a trade of the system. Okay, it's a valid trade. And what I have is, I have date, month, the market, the quality of the trade, the bias if you're long or short, if there was a strong news before or inside the trade, the main idea. In this case, it was a return pullback of the monthly DVA. The trade destination was the weekly PVA low. The status was invalidated. And again, on my Instagram, I have this trade actually. Invalidated is that the trade, for some reason, was accepted outside or inside a value area, and the trade has not touched the stop loss, but it's already invalid. Okay, so there is the option to have a scratch on the trade, which is that I exit the trade before it hitting my stop loss. But again, it's not an emotional thing, it's something that it's inside the process. Okay, if I trail my stop loss, if it's invalidated, my trade result in this case was a negative 0.5 R. Days working, it took 2 days, and I put here a photo of the long-term VWAP and a comment. So let's practice. So on the weekly chart, we have right here, we are rotational down. Okay, we entered inside the weekly PVA. We tested for a fresh condition shift test. We were rotational of inside the DVA because we can see that the VWAP was flat, not enough time yet price touched the +2, but not accepted. So we are bearish rotational down. On the monthly DVA, we are rotational down. We are on the monthly DVA high, it's bearish. We are rotating down on the quarterly DVA, and we are rotational up on the monthly DVA, but it's not a strong dissonant. We have a strong dissonant level on the monthly PVA high, so it does not bother me. It's an A- trade with a fresh condition shift. All these terms, I will explain them in a few weeks. I will do something good. I want to buy a good lighting, a good mic. I want to give value, but do it professionally. I don't want to just, do it for the sake of doing it. Okay, so this week we start trading. I feel ready. I like that I'm documenting the journey. I like that I'm helping people because I'm letting them know that they're not alone. And even though I have 3 subscribers right now, I feel motivated. I like that people are watching me. I like that, that I just like it. I just like to give my positive vibes. And again, it's a long-term vision. It's a long-term game. Okay, so let's focus on ourselves. Remember the positive habits inside and outside of the markets. And remember, you're not alone, and I'm rooting for you. Let's get it.